Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to the channel. Welcome back to the channel. Today's video, we're going to be exploring the best places to live here at Lake of the Ozarks. And last week we had a fun video where we were talking about east side versus west side, right? We were talking Kansas City versus St. Louis, pros and cons, and just trying to give you guys some things to think about as you're potentially looking to relocate, for retirement, relocate your family for a different lifestyle. Maybe it's an investment home, maybe it's a vacation home, short-term rental, stuff like that. At the end of the day, location is obviously super important, right? No matter where you go, location is important. But we did a last week's video where we talked about east and west, and this one we want to talk very specifically about what those areas would be called. And so if you are thinking about coming down and checking things out, obviously call and reach out to us. We'd love to show you around, but we could get very specific on, hey, let's go to this area, let's go to that area. Hey, I don't want to be on the west side, or I don't want to be on the east. And so we want to make sure that we are tailoring your search area for what it is that you need and want, right? So we know from that last week's video that the east side of the lake is congested, tourism, Highway 54, close to the scene, the heart of the lake, the hospital, all that kind of stuff is up in the east side of the lake, and the west side is a little bit more remote, a little bit slower paced, maybe a little bit more of a local community vibe. Northern is the same of that, and then Camdenton is kind of maybe best of both worlds, and so the southern side. So we wanted to explore these options and kind of just go down the lake and talk about each one of those areas. Again, pros and cons, give you some things to think about. And as we move forward, future videos, I want to go into those communities and areas, and I want to pull up some real estate stuff. So we might do some office videos where I can play around on, the MLSs and the home searches and try to show you what homes could look like, because a lot of people that we talk to, they're pleasantly surprised by maybe the affordability of this lake. And you can have on one side a single family home, lakefront, less than 500, and then right next door you could have a $3 million property. So it's unique how this lake is built and laid out. So we wanted to try to help connect those dots the best we can. And when you look at a map of this area, you can tell that this lake is a S-shaped kind of curved lake. I refer to it looks to me like an ancient Chinese dragon. So you have the head, the neck, the belly, you got some legs off the bottom, and then you have the tail that goes all the way back towards Warsaw. And so, hey, let's start at the very top of the lake, and that's going to be your Lake Ozark area. That's where the Bagnell Dam is. That's where the Strip is. That's a very popular place to be, right? There's a lot of kind of tourism stuff up there. There's a lot of retail stuff. There's a lot of things to do. You're close to the state parks, you're close to golf courses. That is a great area if you want to kind of be in the mix. You want to be close to things, you want to have a lot of amenities at your disposal. Lake Ozark, upper area of the lake, is going to be very popular. And then kind of from there, let's just move into Village of Four Seasons and Osage. Let's take all of that area on the east side, Lake Ozark, Village of Four Seasons, Osage, and you can kind of lump them all together in the same category, right? It's the heart of what this lake is. Close to all of the retail stores, grocery stores, hardware stores, Lowe's, Home Depots, tons of restaurants up in this area. You are going to have the hospital in this area, Osage School District, which is K through 12. If you were to move here and relocate your family, or maybe retirement, this is a great section of the lake because it is, again, close to everything, right? There's a lot of condominiums in this area. It's ease, it's convenience. It's still not as easy as a metropolitan city by any means, but is the easiness of what Lake of the Ozarks is. And so for that convenience factor, it hits an A+ on it. And also just from a activity standpoint, there's a lot of things to do that you can get to very easily in that area. So if you enjoy outdoor recreation kind of lifestyle and you want to golf, right? A lot of the golf courses are up in that area. There's an amazing golfing community that is up in that area. So getting outside and golfing, or pickleball is your jam, right? There's a lot of pickleball kind of going on. You can do that. You are close to the state park. And so if you just want to get out and get away and go hiking or biking, you know, hit the trails, go take a walk or hit a picnic with your family, there's a beach over in the state park. So if you want to have some beach swimming, like, you are conveniently located to everything when you're up in that area. And as I've talked about it before, you're also conveniently locating yourself in the middle of the heart, right? So there will be that influx of tourism. There will be more people on the roadways or in the restaurants or in your grocery stores when it's peak season. So that Memorial Day to Labor Day, that is kind of what that area is going to look like. And so pros and cons, give you something to think about when you're coming into town. We can explore that area if those are the things that you need to be conveniently located to, right? As you move away from those, let's go further down Highway 54 heading towards Camdenton. Before you get there, you hit Linn Creek. And now Linn Creek is right between kind of Osage and Camdenton. It's just kind of off the map or off the beaten path. But a super cool area because you've now extended yourself away a little bit from the hustle and bustle. You're still close to Highway 54, so you can get north or south into Osage or Camdenton. And there's a lot of great real estate options in those areas. There's some great coves that you can sneak into. There's some beautiful, amazing properties that you can get into. And so you kind of feel like you're off the beaten path, but once you get out to Highway 54, you can go in any direction and you can hit anything you need pretty conveniently. So as we're potentially exploring, you know, Lake Ozark, village of Osage, we're probably going to extend ourselves kind of down to Linn Creek and then maybe push into Camdenton, right? Camdenton would be the bottom part of Highway 54. Now, once you're in Camdenton, you have, again, all of those major amenities. Grocery stores, hardware stores, doctor's offices. You have K through 12 school district. And so if you're relocating your family with kiddos still in school, you might need to be on that east side of the lake, right? St. Louis side of the lake, because you have to be conveniently located to get those kiddos in school. Now you're just exploring the differences between Osage and Camdenton school districts. But as you move into Camdenton, you kind of feel this small town vibe, right? This community, right, that's kind of down in there. You have ease and convenience for all of those kind of daily things that we need, but you are a little bit more separated from the heart of Lake of the Ozarks and Osage Beach and the congestion of the water and stuff like that. So Camdenton would be a great area to explore. Again, if that was the lifestyle that we're looking for, and we need to be kind of on that east side of the lake. Now moving back up towards the top of the lake real quick, you have the head, neck, belly area. And then right there before the belly, you have the bridge that will cross the lake. Now that used to be a toll bridge. It's no longer a toll anymore. But that going across the bridge right there will dump you into Porto Cima. Porto Cima is a phenomenal area to live. If you are looking for that upper echelon kind of lifestyle, you want to have a big, beautiful property, whether it's an owner-occupied or a vacation home. Porto Cima is becoming kind of this amazingly built up area with gorgeous homes, kind of bigger lots, bigger homes. Golf courses are on that side as well. And because there's no toll bridge there anymore, it's now very convenient to kind of cross over. But because of the east side being built up as much as it is, and as you start to run out of space for real estate, you kind of jump the bridge, and they are really building up this Porto Cima area in a next level kind of way. It is drop dead gorgeous, phenomenal homes, amazing coves in the middle of the hustle and bustle, but extended just a little bit, right? Again, once you jump onto the west side of the lake, it does become a little bit more calm. But again, because there's no toll bridge anymore, it's easy to get to the other side. So if you want a big, beautiful, amazing property and you have the budget for upper hundreds or even into the seven figures, right, that's going to be a phenomenal place to look. I would 100% love to live in that Porto Cima area because it's a lifestyle that's just amazing, right? Kind of a country club, gated community, HOA kind of lifestyle. And so super cool area if that's something that you're exploring or looking at. We would love to get you into those communities, show you some of those pros and cons. What do these HOAs and gated areas kind of have, not just from property perspective, but what are some of the other amenities that can come with it? Porto Cima is definitely something that if we can add to your list, we would love to kind of show you that area. And then as you kind of step away from Lake Ozark, Osage Beach, you get away from Camdenton and that east side, you crossed over into kind of Porto Cima. As you work your way further back down and away, you then kind of hit Sunrise Beach. And Sunrise Beach is a unique area. It kind of stretches and touches the neck of the lake, and then it kind of comes down and touches the beginning of the tail. So it's a northern and southern kind of area, but also known for its, seclusion a little bit, right? You are off on the west side of the lake, the Kansas City side, so a little bit calmer, a little bit more peaceful, probably a little bit more of a local vibe and community. And then you start to really get into some affordability, right? Like I feel like at Sunrise Beach, there's a bridge that crosses right there as you get into the tail, and that's called Hurricane Deck. So once you hit kind of Hurricane Deck in that Sunrise Beach area, it can become very affordable. There's lakefront properties, docks out back for your boat. You can get in at a good price point. There's more inventory for that type of home search once you kind of get to that Sunrise and Hurricane Deck. Now, on Sunrise Beach side, again, you're still gonna have grocery stores and some hardware stores and gas stations, but again, you are gonna be separated from the hospital or the school districts, K through 12 of Osage and Camdenton. So it's not that you can't get there, right? It's just understand it's going to take a little bit. You're going to have to drive and commute to that. But Sunrise is a great area. Super chill, super affordable, kind of maybe best of both worlds if you're okay with a little bit of a commute. And then kind of from that Hurricane Deck on, right, as I call it, the tail of the dragon, you just got to kind of understand you're going to be a little bit even further away from those things that you need, right? A little bit more distance to grocery stores, fewer gas stations. You're not going to have any major school districts down there. You're not going to have hospitals. And so moving down the tail, which is where we live, right? We're a mile marker 42. So we love this area again because we got kiddos that like to tube and swim and float, and it's hard to do that when you're in the congestion. If you live on the big water up towards those areas, it's very choppy. It's big water, right? It's a seawall lake, so there's a lot of waves and chop, and it's not as family friendly in my mind to do those dock life and those boating and again tubing or surfing or skiing, stuff like that. When you get down to mile marker 42, right, it's super chill, it's a little bit peaceful, a little bit more quiet, and definitely it's an extension. So the downside to being as far down the lake as we are is, when the wife forgets milk or you need more eggs or whatever that cliche is, like you have to go to town to get something, it's just super annoying, right? I don't enjoy it. So we try to load up as much as we can and try to stock up as much as we can. We have a couple of little convenience stores that are helpful along the way, but everyday lifestyle, by having ease and convenience to hit a coffee shop or hit a bakery or just run to the grocery store real quick, right? It's a little harder, right? However, again, we love some of the seclusion of that as well, and obviously just the kind of the peaceful vibe. So, as we explore some of these recent videos and future videos, we've been talking about east side versus west side, pros and cons, giving you something to think about, north side, south side Camdenton, right? Once you get into those, it's very specific now, like what community vibe do you want to be in? You got Lake Ozark, Village of Four Seasons, Osage Beach. That is the heart of everything, right? If those are part of your home search, super cool. We would keep you up in that area, right? You go down into the Camdenton area because you want a little extension. Great, Camdenton is a great area for you to explore. You can jump to the other side of that Osage area and Porto Cima. I should probably do another video here on Porto Cima alone. Amazing golf courses, big, beautiful, baller properties, right? They're just phenomenal properties to get into. Porto Cima is a great area. And then as you move away, you get into that Sunrise Beach. Pros and cons on Sunrise for sure, but a super cool kind of area to explore. And then if you are looking for a little bit more remote and extension and definitely some peacefulness, get on down the tail, right? Hurricane deck down the tail is going to definitely provide you that lifestyle. So whatever area it is that you're looking for, we know location is super important for everything that it's important for you, right? Your needs, your wants, your lifestyle, your budget, price point, bedrooms, bathrooms, docks, garages, everything that is you is obviously what's important to us, right? So call me, text me, email me. Let's do a Zoom call together. Let's get you plugged into everything that you need, Lake of the Ozarks, for you to make the best decision that you can make before you make your purchase and relocate. The last thing we would want to do is purchase a property that you find out doesn't meet your needs, and then you got to figure out how to navigate it from there, right? The sell and move, and obviously you're going to be pissed at us. So we try to give you as much information as we can from video, but again, obviously we would love to show you around, set up your home search, and answer all your questions. So reach out, let us know whatever we can do for you, and obviously until then, we'll just see you on the next video. Bye.